Hi, Tank. What are we doing today? I know what we're doing today. We're planting corn today. So here we've got the black corn that I planted, and that's part of what we had in paper towels and we transferred into some pots. And then over here I've got some feed corn, and Jack, you probably remember when we were putting corn out for deer, and apparently when the corn hits the ground and gets planted in the soil, it will start growing. So I wanted to see if I could grow some more of that corn. And we are also going to be planting Jack's corn right here. So there's going to be a special spot in our corn garden specifically for Jack's corn once I get it down there. And I'm going to show you how we're going to do all that today. First, I got to get it down the hill on my new ATV. So the first thing I'm doing is filling up these trays, because it's really important that we not let the roots get dry. And if you can see here, you can actually see where the roots of this corn found their ways to the holes in the bottoms of the pots, and they want water so bad they're stretching out past those holes to seek out water. So we're going to make sure that they don't get dried out while we're digging holes and getting ready to plant these things, because it's going to take a little bit to get them all planted. So now, Papa B needs some good dirt. Because the dirt in our yard isn't good enough for this corn. It's all red clay. It's really hard, and it doesn't have many nutrients in it. So we got to use some good black dirt that's got all kinds of plant nutrition in it, so the corn will grow nice and tall. So here I've got my 3 buckets of really good soil, and I've got Jack's corn right here in this bucket, ready to go in the ground. And this is our black corn, and this is my feed corn, and then this is what's called strawberry corn, and it's gonna, if it produces corn, the corn's gonna be red like strawberries. So we're gonna plant the corn. I think we're gonna plant right along here. Might go up this slope a little bit, I'm not sure. Maybe I can keep it all down here. And to do this job, I've got some cardboard, and you're going to see what that cardboard is used for in a minute. And, well, the rest is just hard work. Tank is very upset at me because I won't let him come over here and help me plant corn. He's a very unhappy dog. So now we've got cardboard on the ground. The reason we have cardboard on the ground is so that it'll keep all the grass that's here from growing up through the dirt and creating weeds in our corn bed. But now, how am I going to plant the corn? Well, we have a solution. So I discovered that trying to drill holes in the cardboard is a little too difficult. So I'm just digging holes now, filling them up with our really good dirt. And then once I fill it up with the dirt, we put a corn plant into each one of them. And that's working a lot faster. And then later I'll wind up covering this whole bed with a bunch of this dirt so that all those nutrients every time we water will go down into this soil. And eventually, if we do that long enough, over a couple of years, all of this will become like this. So we just put a little dirt in each one. And then we get our corn plants. Keep that right there. Let's see. Yeah, there's my black corn. Those are doing really well. So then we take the corn out of the pot. You see all those roots? So it was really growing well, and we probably should have taken them out of these pots a little earlier, but because of my bad foot, we haven't been able to do a lot of gardening here. And then we just try to get those roots all separated a little bit, and then we just kind of break this dirt up a little, separate these two plants. See how their roots were commingling and wrapping around each other. And I just make a little spot for that, make sure all the roots go into there. And then we put a little more dirt on top of that. There. And then we pack it down. And I have to do that about 45 more times. Well, the job is almost done and Papa B is tired. So we have 10 rows. Each row has 7 plants. We almost have 70 full plants here. And I figured I'd go ahead and video these last few that I'm going to plant. Oh, so we're going to need some of this good dirt. And we're going to throw the good dirt in each one of these holes that we dug. There, and then in each one of these mounds of dirt, we're going to just make a little hole there, and that's for the roots. And here's, you notice these little roots sticking through here in these little seedling pots, so we have to be very careful when we pull them out. And we put that little plug into there and cover it up. We're going to do the next one. And my last two are in one single pot. So we have to pull them out very gently together, just like that. And then we have to separate all these roots. Look what happens when you let a plant grow in that confined little pot like that. All these roots get all tangled up and grow in circles and swirls, all kinds of stuff. And I probably should have had these out and in the ground a couple of weeks ago. And unfortunately, Papa B had some other things he had to take care of, so he couldn't do this. So I'm just going to gently separate them all. Gently separate. Here. So all these roots are kind of tangled in amongst each other, so I'm not sure which is coming from what plant. There's a main root right there for this plant. Now we're just going to try to gently pull. Alright, so there's still plenty of roots on that one there. Even more roots on this one. I think I'm going to take that little bit of ball of roots there and just leave it with these roots here. Stick those in. Cover them. And then we're going to put a little more dirt on each one of these so that they're well protected. And then what I need to do, and I'll probably do this sometime tomorrow, is I'm going to cover this whole bed with this nice black dirt, because as you can see, this stuff here is really dry, and even as we water it and water the corn, this will soak up a lot of the water and take water out of these. So if we cover the whole thing with this black dirt, it'll help hold more moisture into the whole bed. So these 4 rows are my experimental corn from the feed. These 3 rows here are going to be black corn. These 3 rows here are going to be strawberry corn. And this row here, this is Jack and Mackenzie's corn that we kept in the greenhouse. So hopefully when you guys come back out here again, all this will be as tall as you. So we'll probably see you in a couple of weeks, maybe a month. We'll see how much this has grown.